Welcome to yet another video. I have a few questions for you. Have you ever in your business faced a problem simply because you forgot to tell somebody something very important? Or rather, you did tell somebody what they need to do and then forgot about it only to realize at a later stage that the task was never even done? Or have you been into a situation where you have blocked two meetings at the same time only to realize that you are going to be embarrassed to cancel one meeting or end up making your employee feel not very important simply because you prioritize some other meeting? Well, I have been in all of these tasks in the past and I have used some tools, some apps to come out of these issues, and now they are working pretty well for me. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing with you three tools or three apps that can help you avoid all of these scenarios. Now, of course, this video is not about the demonstration of those tools. So if you wish for a demonstration, please mention it in the comment box and I will be very happy to do some follow-up videos on this one. So the tool number one is called Slack. Never miss on communication. That's my tagline for Slack. Well, what is Slack? Well, Slack is a communications tool. It's like, in fact, it's a lot more than that. Slack says that it is the digital headquarters. I agree to that, but I also say it's the headquarters of communication. With Slack, you can never miss communicating to somebody something very important. Now, how does Slack work? Well, Slack can help you organize your entire company into different channels. Channels typically could mean different discussions of similar type. Like, for example, you can have a channel for marketing, you can have a channel for operations, you can have a channel for purchase, you can have a channel for inventory. And under these channels, you can then have communication on various topics. These communications work exactly like how an email works. So you write the subject line, which is the title of what you want to communicate, and then double click and then put your comments in the thread, which typically means everybody who is a part of that channel, because obviously after you create a channel, you invite people that you want to have access to this channel, will be able to see all the communication. So once you've created a channel, you can discuss on projects or topics of that particular channel. You can send files, attachments in the communication. If you wish to talk to somebody, you could do that as well. Even when you're sitting remotely or you're vacationing in some beautiful island, you could simply click on the person's name and click on huddle. There's an option there and you can directly go there and talk to people. This is one of the reasons why Slack calls it a digital headquarters, because it makes you feel as if you're sitting in the old school or if I can say in the retro age before COVID, where we used to sit around each other in cubicles and then are able to talk to each other. You could do the exact same thing on Slack. It gives you that feeling. So what are the benefits of Slack? Well, Slack is available on the mobile phone, it's available on the tablet, and it's also available on the computers, obviously. Now, the UI on all of these platforms is extremely easy and intuitive, so you don't need a lot of training time to understand Slack. You can simply learn it as you move further. And the best aspect of Slack is that you can never be out of communication. So I'll give you an example, something that used to happen a lot. People would reply to an email, but there are two ways of replying: reply all or just reply. So when you reply only, you are technically replying to the last sender of that email, eliminating the rest of them which were supposed to be on the loop. And when you kind of handle too many transactions that involves too many departments, you've got to keep everybody in the loop. Now with Slack, because the communication happen in the channel and because people are mapped to the channel, everybody in the channel gets to know what is happening on that topic, which makes it very easy. And let me tell you this, if you want somebody to not see a few things, you can always chat with them in person, or you can create a private channel too. So that kind of makes Slack very comprehensive. Never ever miss on communicating with your people something important with Slack. That brings us to the app number 2, and that is called ClickUp. Never miss a task again is the tagline that I would like to give to ClickUp. Well, ClickUp is a project management tool. Project management activity involves a lot of complex task creation and task management as it progresses from stage 1 to stage 2 to stage 3, and modification of the task as and when scenarios change, keeping the time in context, the cost in context, and the quality of work in context. It requires a lot of communication amongst team. Well, that is what ClickUp can actually do. But for all of us as beginners, well, ClickUp is a task management software with a lot of muscle. So what can you do with it? Well, you can obviously create tasks, you can create subtasks under the task, you can also create checklist in each of this task, and you can assign these tasks, the subtask and the checklist items, to whoever has access to that particular task system. Like in Like in Slack, you can create channels exactly in that way. On ClickUp, you could create spaces. Then under spaces, you may choose to create folders, and under folders, you will have the list, and under the list, you can have tasks. If you choose not to create folders, that's fine. You can simply create spaces, and under spaces, you create lists, and then you have your tasks and subtask and checklist in there. You could also track the kind of conversations or modifications that have happened on the task, so that in case if anybody decides to delete something and anybody decides to change the due date, all of that gets automatically recorded and it can't be edited by anybody. So you can monitor what has happened and the kind of journey the task has taken. Even if you change the status of the task, that's recorded as well. One of the very important and one of my favorite features with respect to ClickUp is the fact that it has different kind of views, which means you can see it in a calendar form, or you can see it in the list form, or you can see it in a Kanban form. Kanban form is where you can drag and drop and do things like that. Very happening. Another favorite feature of mine is called Docs in ClickUp, wherein in case if you're in a meeting and you're taking notes, you can take notes there, and while you're taking notes, you can create tasks on the go. So no more writing somewhere and then going back and kind of reading it again and then creating task in your task management system. ClickUp allows you to seamlessly do it all at the same time. The last thing that I want to tell you, which is a benefit of ClickUp, it seamlessly integrates with Google Calendar. So every time you create a task and you put a time, it automatically rests in your Google Calendar, and therefore it understands that this is what you are mapped with. I do that all the time. So my calendar is ready-made. Benefits of ClickUp, well, again, ClickUp is available on all three platforms: mobile, tablet, and computer. The UI is extremely friendly, but yes, I must say it is comprehensive. Comprehensive stuff can also become complex if you try and click on too many things. So use it as a basic tool to start with. I'm going to put a link of the ClickUp video, which is a little detailed demo that I have done in the comment box and in the description. So do have a look at it in case if you're interested, but do go. I also have a training, by the way, which also is the link that I will paste at the bottom. So please go through that in case if you wish to do so and employ ClickUp to never miss a task again. The next tool is Calendly. Say goodbye to all of those embarrassing moments where you ended up blocking 2 meetings at the same time and you had to cancel one. I have had so many scenarios like that, and Calendly has been an absolute savior. So what does Calendly do? Well, Calendly helps you set rules to define your schedule. What does that mean? Well, that means you can tell Calendly, hey, I'm going to be working from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and these are the days that I'm going to be working on. I have 3 type of meetings. One is a client meeting that can take up to 2 hours. One is an employee meeting that can take up to 1 hour. And then I need some focus time, which is the time that I'm going to use for myself, which is typically 45 minutes. And I want 10 minutes break between all of these meetings because I may be moving from one place to another. Now, once you do this, once you set this up, Calendly creates these 3 meeting type and the links for these 3 meeting times. So if somebody was to ask you, an employee was to ask you, hey, Hardik, I want to meet you, then I will send him that link of employee meetings, which is an hour's meeting or whatever that I've set. He will click on that meeting and automatically understand what time slots are available. So in case if I have a client meeting scheduled and I've scheduled my focus time, which is the time that I want to work with, the task that I have, whatever time is remaining and has 10 minutes break before and after, it will give that guy, my employee, that time slot automatically. So he can block that time slot. And guess what? The beautiful thing about this is the moment the time slot is blocked, he gets a notification, I get a notification, he gets a message before the meeting also as a reminder so that he doesn't miss out on meetings. I work with a lot of MSME businesses and they do miss on meetings simply because they did not get any reminder. So you can send reminders on SMS, WhatsApp, email, however you like. You can configure the messages before the meeting, maybe twice, and that's how people will show up for the meeting right at the right place. And guess what? In case if somebody misses the meeting and wants to reschedule, he need not call you. They can do it via this app itself. This app manages multiple calendars, like I said. So the biggest benefit is you can also use the Calendly app with multiple people in your organization in case if you want to set up a meeting with them as well. So that's beauty of Calendly. The best test part of this is all of these 3 apps can get integrated with each other absolutely easy. Just a couple of clicks. You don't need to be an IT professional. In case if you even get stuck, you can all of these 3 apps have their own respective YouTube channel, and I'm going to paste all of those links in the description box so you can go there, learn as much as you want, share with me also and the audiences here, and we can do multiple videos on how you use these apps, how I use this app, and any other app that you feel is better than this. And all of these apps for all you lovely guys is absolutely free for a lot of time and with a lot of features, to an extent where I've been using these apps for last 3 years and I haven't paid a single rupee, and my entire organization uses these 3 apps. So I would wish that all of you will benefit from this and be able to increase your productivity, take it to the next level. If you like this video, please hit a big fat like. That's how YouTube knows that these are the videos and this is the content creator that's doing a good job, and therefore tells me that these are the videos that you should create. If you have any comments or suggestions or inputs or even different apps that you want me to cover, please mention it in the comment box and I will be very happy and we will all learn together. If you've not subscribed to this channel, hit a big fat punch into the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel so that more videos that come across you, you will be notified immediately. Don't forget the bell icon, by the way. Without any further ado, I want you to jump into these 3 apps and go about making your company more productive and more efficient. So until we meet next time, all you fine people, keep propelling.